Imagine filming a movie for 5 weeks, spending millions of dollars, finishing dozens of scenes, and then firing your lead actor. That's exactly what happened during the making of Back to the Future. Before Michael J. Fox became Marty McFly, another actor had already filmed most of the movie. The studio was worried. The schedule was falling apart, and one decision would change movie history forever. Today, we're uncovering 15 unbelievable facts behind Back to the Future, the classic time travel adventure that almost looked completely different. And trust me, the story is even crazier than the movie itself.
Time machine?
If you're gonna build a time machine into a car, why not do it with some style? Look out!
Fact 1. Michael J. Fox wasn't the original Marty McFly. Before audiences fell in love with Marty McFly, the role belonged to another actor, Eric Stoltz. He had already been cast. Filming had started, and dozens of scenes had been completed. For weeks, everyone believed he would be the star of the movie, but something wasn't working, and eventually, the filmmakers made one of the boldest decisions in Hollywood history. They fired him. Fact 2, 5 weeks of filming were thrown away. The replacement didn't happen immediately. By the time Eric Stoltz was removed, nearly 5 weeks of footage had already been filmed. That meant expensive sets, actors' schedules, entire scenes, all wasted. Universal had already spent millions, but director Robert Zemeckis believed keeping the wrong actor would destroy the film, so he took the risk. Looking back, it may have saved the movie. Fact 3. Eric Stoltz played Marty too seriously. The problem wasn't talent. Eric Stoltz was a great actor. The problem was tone. He treated Marty McFly like a dramatic character. The filmmakers wanted comedy. Stoltz wanted realism instead of laughing during scenes. People felt uncomfortable. The movie simply wasn't fun, and Back to the Future needed fun. Fact 4. Michael J. Fox was always the first choice. Here's the crazy part. Michael J. Fox was the filmmaker's first choice from the beginning, but there was a problem. He was already starring in the hit TV show Family Ties. The producers refused to let him leave, so the filmmakers settled for another actor, but they never stopped trying. Fact 5. Michael J. Fox worked 2 jobs at once. Once Fox finally got the role, his schedule became insane. During the day, he filmed Family Ties. At night, he filmed Back to the Future. Sometimes he worked nearly around the clock. He slept very little, but somehow, the exhaustion never shows in the final film. Fact 6. The time machine wasn't originally a DeLorean. Believe it or not, the DeLorean almost never happened. Early versions of the script used a refrigerator as the time machine. Yes, a refrigerator. The filmmakers eventually worried children might copy the idea and trap themselves inside, so they scrapped it. Thankfully, because the DeLorean became one of the most famous movie vehicles ever built. Fact 7. Studios rejected the script repeatedly. Before becoming a blockbuster, Back to the Future struggled to get made. Several studios rejected the screenplay. Some thought it wasn't funny. Others thought time travel movies couldn't succeed. One executive even believed audiences wouldn't understand the concept. They were very wrong. Fact 8. The title almost changed. Universal executives weren't fans of the title. One executive suggested changing it completely. His idea, Spaceman from Pluto. Seriously, the filmmakers hated it. Fortunately, Steven Spielberg stepped in and helped stop the change. History was saved. Fact 9. Christopher Lloyd almost said no. Today, it's impossible to imagine anyone else as Doc Brown, but Christopher Lloyd nearly rejected the role. He wasn't sure about the project after reading the script again. He changed his mind. The rest is movie history. Fact 10. The clock tower was created for a practical reason. The famous clock tower wasn't originally designed to become iconic. The filmmakers simply needed a fixed location for the climax, but audiences loved it. Today, it's one of the most recognizable movie landmarks ever created. Fact 11. The skateboard scene was inspired by real life. The movie's famous skateboard sequences helped define Marty McFly. Many of the ideas came from real California skateboard culture. The filmmakers wanted Marty to feel modern, cool, and different from typical movie heroes. It worked perfectly. Fact 12. The ending changed during production. Several parts of the ending evolved while filming. The filmmakers kept refining scenes to make them funnier and more exciting. Some of the movie's most memorable moments weren't finalized until late in production. Fact 13. The DeLorean became more famous than the company. Most people remember the DeLorean because of Back to the Future, not because of the actual car company. The movie transformed a struggling automobile into a pop culture legend. Few films have ever done that. Fact 14. Nobody expected it to become a phenomenon. The cast believed they were making a fun movie, but nobody predicted what happened next. Back to the Future became one of the biggest films of 1985. Audiences loved it, critics loved it, and a franchise was born. Fact 15. It changed time travel movies forever. Before Back to the Future, time travel stories were often serious science fiction. After Back to the Future, everything changed. The movie proved that science fiction could be funny, emotional, and family-friendly. Its influence can still be seen today. Nearly 40 years later, people are still talking about Marty McFly and Doc Brown, and that's the sign of a true classic, from firing its main actor to almost using a refrigerator as a time machine. Back to the Future survived countless problems before becoming one of the greatest movies ever made. And honestly, that's what makes its story so fascinating. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to Cinema Decoded for more hidden movie stories, behind-the-scenes secrets, and Hollywood mysteries. And until next time, keep watching closely, because Hollywood always hides something.